Hello, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started with our live demo of GrantSource. Again, happy Easter, everybody. My name is Alan Thornton, and yes, I am wearing the Easter white. And we have Hassan. He is our VP of Operations. We're going to keep this short and sweet. Make sure we respect everybody's time. So we're going to go through a little bit about the GrantSource platform, what we do, how we do it, share the agenda with everybody. We'll show you the platform, how to search for grants, search for resources, talk a little bit about grant sources because you want to see where you can get the actual grants from, events and community offers, how to load in your events and community offers. And for those urban leagues, for those chambers, for those Toastmasters or organization, if you have a membership, we're gonna show you how you can see your branded website, iOS, Android app, so that it caters to your membership. And then we'll open it up for questions. And there's a special offer at the end for everybody on this webinar. So with that, we'll jump right into it. We'll talk a little bit about our platform and kind of how we got started. Just a little bit about me. Again, I'm Alan Thornton, and I grew up as an entrepreneur. I'm fortunate enough to have my mother in the studio right now. She'll tell you, when I grew up, I sold a little bit of everything from lotions to potions, Hope soap, you name it, I sold it. And when I got a little older, I started something that I was really passionate about in college. I started a nonprofit, and we found that there was a challenge because we wanted to get to the next level, and we were looking for funding. Grants were a huge opportunity, but there was three kind of limiting factors. Number one is we didn't know what we didn't know. I didn't even know where to start when it came to grants to find them. And then when I did find one that our organization actually qualified for, I didn't know you needed a PhD to almost write the proposal, because I mean, some of these proposals get really, comprehensive. And the last thing is, once I spent all that time and all the time finding resources, I figured out, man, maybe I just don't have the time for this at all. So I put it on the back burner, and that's what a lot of our organizations do, even though there's a lot of money out there for it. So we'll talk a little bit. I'll let Hassan share his story on how he got started with GrantSource, and we'll move on.
Good afternoon, everyone. As Alan said earlier, my name is Hassan Fajay, and I was growing up, I was that kid who was always looking to help other people. Whether it was with their homework, and I've been a tutor for over 20 years. I think I'm kind of dating myself now, but the thing is that I was always about community and wanting to help the community. So it made sense in the industry that my passion lies, which is in education and nonprofit. And right out of college, went and worked for the school district, and I partnered with nonprofits where we would, we worked together on multiple things. And I went from there and started working from the Urban League, and from there to Big Brothers Big Sisters. I've helped start nonprofits. And so one of the things that I've always noticed is that grants really are they're a gold mine for a nonprofit. But the thing is they're a unicorn if you don't have the right resources in order to actually gain these grants. And so for me, when I used to work for a nonprofit where they were in the community for over 50 years. And after about, I think it was like their 56th year, somewhere around there, they had to close their operation. And that's really disheartening when you've seen an organization serve for that long, and it was due because of the lack of money. And so shortly after that happened, I ran into a friend introduced us, and I was just amazed with what GrantSource had to offer. And so from that point, it was, let me know what you need me to do to help get this out to the masses, because this particular app and resource will definitely change the way nonprofits and businesses function.
Excellent. And you can see our passion around it because we've lived it. We understand the pains of it. And we'll tell you more about our background once we get to that point in the presentation. But let's look at how we have, and I say we because we've done it this way in the past as well, find grants. So traditionally, what happens, and this is where GrantSource came, because we're a platform that simply help companies and nonprofits find money for their mission, whatever that be. If your mission is to help feed the homeless, if it's to cure cancer, if it's community outreach, if it's STEM research in your community because you want to build strong kids, that's what we help you find money for. So today, if we had a great idea, Hassan, and we just came from our board meeting, it's Sunday, we're excited, I'm wearing my white Easter jacket, let's go out and find a grant for this new program we just created.
Yeah,
so
we got to.
Let's do it.
There's a lot of grants out of there.
So I'm going to let's take the first step. Let's look at some articles. Mm-hmm. Let's look at a few blogs and let's go out and find some grants. Ask a few questions on blogs that may or may not be reputable resources, but they're online. Mm-hmm. They're online, so it must be true. Yeah. So first, let's scour thousands of websites because that's what we do to figure out what grants can kind of fit this program that we just created. Right. And that takes a lot of time. It's going to take us a lot of time, but we have a lot of time, so it's all good. We can do that. But then we finally find a grant after wasting a bunch of times, whether that be days, weeks, or even months, but we found one. Right. Now we got to write the proposal. You've probably written a proposal, but I'm gonna read a book called Grant Writer for Dummies, and I can probably do it myself. Which is a good idea,
it's easy.
It's easy, right?
Yeah, that's what the book says.
It's what the book says, but it's not that easy. So
at all.
Let's find somebody to do it for us because that'll save us some time and probably save us some money. Right. So let's put an ad on Craigslist for a grant writer, right? Because we can.
Yeah, you probably.
Okay, let's go Monster. Monster, that'll be good, okay, that'll work. Right?
Indeed.
Actually, you know a guy.
Yeah, I actually have a friend of a friend who can write.
Who can write a grant.
Yeah, he can write.
He's done it before.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's use him. We're gonna use him to write this proposal, and what we found is we're probably gonna overpay and pay a lot of money to do that because he's our only option. That's the only guy we knew. We didn't really have a lot of research, but we want this grant. We have a great program. Right. Let's move forward.
Well, yeah, because we got a deadline to hit.
We got a deadline. We got to hit this deadline, and we want to get this program because it's revolutionary. Now, we got the grant. I'm happy. We got it, man.
Good stuff.
The work stops now. We got it.
Good. We kick back.
That's not the case, is it?
Yeah, no.
We got to keep doing a lot.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because those funders want to know that we
spent their money
correctly.
In the right way, yeah.
So they want audits.
Yep.
Let's get a notepad. Mom, you got a notepad? She doesn't have a notepad. You got a yellow pad?
Yeah.
We're going to need some type of grant management system.
Oh, you have
Excel.
One of those?
No, Excel. We can do it on Excel.
Okay, we can put everything.
The funders don't really like Excel, and it gets messy. Get your yellow pad. Let's put those notes in Excel.
Start writing everything down.
Yeah. And we lose that. We lost. But we finally put the puzzles together. We finally made a impact. Now let's go do it again.
Do it again.
Yeah, let's do it again. Let's find some other way to fund.
Yeah, this is not working.
So if you see, that is the typical process to find a grant, to manage a grant. And then who really wants to do that again? With GrantSource, we make it easy or simple, right? Because it still takes some work on your part. You can go and we're actually gonna show you a demo. On the right here, you'll see the app, which you can get information that's reputable for resources across the country. And we'll show you everything in the app and on the website as well. And you can track everything all in the palm of your hand. So I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
Every single time, my man. So just a little bit about us again before we get to the presentation, the actual demo, and jump in. So I have been a executive board member of a nonprofit here in Texas we started in 2006. And now, it's 2018, so over 12 years, and we know the pains of a nonprofit. We've sold software in the past. I still do as well. So we know what it takes to get something off the ground, and things constantly have to be updated. That's why we need your help, and we'll help each other along the way so we continuously improve our product. And as Hassan said, what organizations you're?
The Urban League, Big Brothers Big Sisters. I've worked with the United Way, YWCA. A bunch of different local startup nonprofits. I sat on boards of local nonprofits and national nonprofits. So I've done a little bit of everything in the nonprofit realm.
So both those are great. I know the questions you're asking. Have you done this before, and have you been successful? So our grant writing team has over 26 years of combined experience finding this. Our technology team is solid. And the big thing you're wondering is, have you received any grants yourself? So Hassan has been a resource, and he has received, I won't say your thunder, go ahead.
I've been on multiple grant writing teams, but I've probably helped organizations capture about close to $2 million in grants.
Wow. That's good after Easter Sunday, isn't it? That woke a few people up. And then I've been in various organizations as well, and I've gotten what a lot of people think does not exist, which is for-profit grants and different competitions, and we're actually competing for one right now. So they are out there, and we'll show you our demo. What we're gonna do is, here's how we do everything different than any other platform that's out there. We focus on our G3 system. That stands for Give, Gain, Grow. So we focus on those that want to give. We focus on those nonprofits and those organizations that want to gain, and those resources like grant writers that want to gain new business. We put everybody together in a community where you can grow, and we'll show you the different ways that you can do this. So here's what we're about to show you in our platform, right? Starting with the Give, we're gonna show you the grant sources and the grant makers, right? Of course, we're Grant Source, so we kind of rebranded Grant Maker to Grant Sources. We'll show you the Android, the iPhone app. We're gonna show you the website. Grant Source Live is a TV show that we do online on Facebook Live that lets people actually see some of these resources, some of these grant associations. We've had the CEO of the Grant Professional Association. We have had chambers on there. We've had social enterprises on there. So it's a great platform. So you can see people that are receiving grants and the impact that they're making. We'll show you Grant Source for individuals, organizations, how you interact with resources, our self-service area, if we have time, and then articles and community offers, jumping right in it. So let me jump in there. Let's show it to you. I know there's some people out there from Missouri, and you want to see it. Show me. You're from the show me state. So starting off, this is an organization's portal. So whether, again, you're a chamber, if you're a large nonprofit organization, if you're, let's say you have a United Way branch, if you're a local branch of a larger organization, you have your own local chapter, your own logo. Here's where you can put, this is one that we're working with an Urban League on, and here's their logo. They can change their logo at any time if it does change, and it'll automatically update it in the iPhone and the Android app for all of their users. They can manage their users, update, they can add a new user. The good thing is those users may forget their password. It happens. You can set it right here in the admin panel for them. It'll let you know what their total potential is, how many they applied for, and how many grants they received. And tell them how grants received is important for an organization.
Well, when you're working with an organization, we talk about impact. Yep. And, to be able to show someone that not only are you helping the community with the actual services that you're providing, but to be able to say that you've helped community partners to grow because of the resources that you had, it's just extremely impactful, and it actually it's something that you can put on grants that you're writing using finding what you find with Grant Source that makes a huge impact, and it shows that wow, this organization really is needed. So
huge, and you're writing up that impact statement at the end of the year, so that's important. And as Hassan just stated, you can set your own referral code here. So everybody that logs into the app, they use that referral code. If you have, depending on what we set up, a membership enhancement agreement, we give you a huge bundle discount up front. You can also do it by the drip, and we still give you a substantial discount to make that advantageous for either your membership, your partners, anybody that wants to work with you, and they will see your branded logo on there, which just makes you more reputable and they see how you're helping the community. So with that, that's just a little bit. You can also upload, if you have everything on Excel, all you need is their name, their business name, and their email, and it'll automatically send them an email saying, hey, by working with this organization, you have just been granted Grant Source, see what I did there, for your organization. And you can track everything in here. It'll even tell you when their last login is. So you can see, hey, is this something that my organization and my members are really using? So with that, I'm gonna log in. So I'm gonna skip a step and log in with this actual login, just for the sake of time. And this is the application. And when I say application, because it's both, right? It's a platform. It's not only website, it's iPhone, it's Android. Everything that you update here will also appear on your iPhone or Android, including your organization's logo. So our Knowledge Center, first and foremost, when we start to talk about the grant process, a lot of people, a lot of organizations don't even get off the ground because they don't know where to start.
right.
And that's what we help with, and not just because we're incredible geniuses. There are organizations across the country that put content in there because it helps their organization as well be a reputable member of our Grant Source community. So you get thousands of different articles of different events that are going to be updated every single day. And you can ask the community questions. If you have a question about my local area, because my area is different than New York or Washington, D.C., or California. So I want to know about my local area. So I'm going to ask my community members, and you can ask a question in here. Where do I find grants? Different things in the organization. You can also ask about different terms. Now, I've been in this situation. I don't know if any of you have, and you can raise your hand if you want to, but I've heard grant terms that I really didn't understand. So now you have a pocket guide, Hassan. You can go back to the bathroom in your app, check your phone and see what that specific term means.
That they keep repeating over and over.
Okay. In-kind contribution. All right, let's go back to the room and finish our conversation. So you don't have to have an encyclopedia for your specific industry and grants. You know what that means right away. I know a lot of you are very educated, but there's some people that in organizations that are just starting out. And we break down different grant types, and all this is in the Knowledge Center. This is not where you search. This is where you just find out different information, right? What's a federal grant, what's a national grant, county, state, city, and international grants. And I know what you're saying. Well, those are grant types, but what about the grant source types? What about community foundation? Okay, here it is. So we break down every single type of foundation: public, private, community. What does that mean? Okay, there's a Fortune 500 company, but they also may have a corporate giving program. So we break down what all that means inside of the Knowledge Center, and you have it right there at your fingertips. Depending on what we work out, a lot of this requires a premium membership, but once we work that out, they have access to everything.
Now you sound like an expert.
Yeah, everything that you're doing. There's sample winning proposals for other organization, and if something is not right, let us know. We want to hear the feedback because we are improving our platform every single day. So that's the Knowledge Center. going, you also have different grant articles, and these articles will showcase if I don't know how to evaluate something, if I don't know how many foundation require matching funds, right? These are good questions. Where do I even begin for an executive summary? There are different articles on here that'll tell you exactly how to do that. And then at the end, you can go in and view their website or contact that resource if you'd like them to do it for you, right? So we want to help everybody in there, and all of our resources are more than happy to answer questions and to do business to help you with anything in your organization. Also, a to-do list, instead of keeping a running spreadsheet or a notepad, everything is right here in GrantSource for you. So if you don't have a domain name, if you're just getting started, if you're looking to set up an accounting system, you put all this for your business in there so it's tracked for you. Same thing with messages, right? You have your messages, anything that, show you a minute. Once you contact a resource, it comes back and you get a proposal request. Events, if you're thinking, well, I don't know how to write a proposal, but I would really like to learn, it's right here for you. And there's different classes that you can go to, different webinars that are coming up, and you can see exactly where they're going or where they're going to be, and you can register for the event and add it to your calendar right here in GrantSource. Well, it's asking for my calendar, but as you can see, you can do it very quickly. Anything you need grant-wise is always at your fingertips. Your profile is all of your specific information for your account. So if you save GrantSource, let's do that. Let's look for a grant real quick. So if I'm looking for a grant, and let's say I'm just going to do a quick search. Let's say I'm in California, right? So I'm in California. Let's go search. Now there's a bunch of different drop downs. You can segment it by organization type, who they're looking for, special designation. You may have the trifecta. You may be a minority, you may be a woman, and you may also be a veteran. 3 right away. So you check all those that apply for you. You may have more. You may have, you may be 1/8 Indian as well. So all those different things, we segment down for you, what industry, what funding source you're looking for, business revenue, what's your grant goal. So you can get really granular. Now, again, everything's not totally perfect, and I'll tell you that up front, but we make sure that it's advantageous and you get the value for what you pay.
Especially when you consider that circle that we just went through.
Exactly.
Grant, so
there's everything for you.
Yeah.
As you can see, there's a bunch of different grants here. So we're just gonna save one just so we can see it. And as you can see, your home screen will change. We already saved that one. So let's save another one. We'll unsave it and we'll save. We'll go back to our home screen. So every time you save a grant, it's gonna appear right here. Your potential goes up, and I think the rule of thumb, and there's different books on this. I know Catherine has a pretty good one for the Grantsmanship Center, but it's about 3x what you're looking to receive, you should apply for. So that's your potential. If your goal you can actually set in your profile along with everything else. So you can see what you've actually saved. And once you save it, it'll appear right here in your profile. So you don't have to scour through all those grants again. You can see your saved grants and actually go to that proposal and view their website again. So it makes it real efficient. You don't have to say, Hassan, do you remember the website of that grant? No, it's right there.
Right there
exactly. It's at your fingertips. You save it. Lastly, let's look for resources. So I may need a grant writer, right? Right after that. So
I don't know how to write grants.
I don't know how to write grants. So let's just look for, let's do California again, just to make it easy. And let's look for a couple different ones. Let's look for a grant writer. Let's look for score. I may need some consulting, and I'm gonna need a EIN. So is there an IRS office local? Let's see what we got for California. Comes up, you see the different pins, and it'll tell you what their specialty is. You can save them. We'll save this one too.
To the website, all that.
Even message them directly right here. And I'm going to show you one quick thing because we're going to wrap up here on time. Want to make sure we're grant sources. I'll show you one more. Let's do California again. You'll see all the different grant sources in California. You'll see the ones, and you can segment. Tell us the one with the most money, because we want a lot of money, not just a little bit, right?
I got to write too many grants for all of that.
Exactly. So you can see all the different foundations. You can see their total assets. You can see their total giving. You can see what their organization's about, fields of interest, application information. So we get really granular there. You can save that, and we'll go right back to our profile. And again, a lot of these, for every single section, there's a tutorial in the application, so you can see if you don't have to go back to a webinar, and you can see all the different ones we can save. We actually saved this grant writer. We sent them a request, and I'll show you that real quick. We'll wrap up here. I know we said 30 minutes. So we will go to our proposal request. We've seen that we have written a couple proposals, so let's look at this. I'll walk you through this. Request a proposal. So what do I need a proposal for? There's a certain particular grant that I saved, so you can put that there. You can either send it to all your resources, or you can send it to a particular resource. What is the request? You need help consulting, writing a grant, putting a business plan together, all things that we probably need at a given time. What's the question? And you can either write in one or pick a predefined question that other people have had. If you have an additional question, what color jacket are you wearing?
Yeah, hopefully you don't need to ask that question, but you know.
Maybe they're looking for somebody in a white jacket, Hassan.
Yeah, that's true.
Different people have different criteria.
Well, it is after Easter.
Alan T. And you submit it, and you have done a proposal request that quick.
That's a lot quicker than trying to get a hold of my friend's friend.
Your friend's friend.
Yeah.
You can check their ratings right away. And once that goes through, you can go back in your messages. Once they respond to your request, need help writing a proposal, they'll tell you everything you need, recap everything that you sent. They can also send a link to other proposals that they have already done before, so you can see how it works. So that's a little bit about our GrantSource platform. As always, you can set up an individual session. Now we have a special offer. Let's jump back into this and we'll wrap up. These are some of the items on our roadmap, just real quick. And like I said, we take our feedback seriously. Earlier this year, we didn't have the partner portal. We didn't have the metrics in the app. We didn't have the branded organization portal. We didn't have some of these other things as well. Let me show you something real quick. I will show you in our app, just so you can see, and then we'll wrap up. Because I did promise you I would share the app. Is this the wrong plug? I think we got 1 minute. Okay, our screen mirroring is not working at this time. I think I have the wrong plug. I grabbed my Mophie plug. That's all right. I'll send you a screenshot of the app. As you can see, here's how the app looks. And here's the actual screen. As you can see, it has the branded logo. It does have the potential to apply for everything, just like the website. And I apologize, I grabbed my Mophie cord. But wrapping up, we'll have different packages coming out. Eventually, in the next few months, we'll have GuideStar integration. You'll have a comprehensive grant management platform. We're gonna do, with Zoom, we're working on a partnership where you can, just like this, do in-app conference rooms, so you can not only message them, but you can talk to them live about your proposal and what you'd like to happen. So there's going to be a lot that happens this year. As always, you're price locked when you're in. So here's our special offer for you. You're going to get more exposure, right? You're going to get a top platform. You're going to get more of your local membership sold for your organization, because you're adding value without adding a lot of cost. Normally, it's about $99 for each annual premium membership. But if you'd like to do it a la carte, we're going to discount 50%. We're also going to give you an event and a community offer section and a special business listing. I'll jump back. We did not show that, and I want to show that before we wrap up. So in community offers, it's kind of like a Groupon for business section. One of the things, and we have offers in here with companies like GoDaddy. So if you need a domain name, you can get 30% off right away. So you may have an organization and you're trying to really boost your membership. Now, this goes out to all of our local community members, and depending on how many markets you have, you can send it out up to nationally. But you'll have an offer in here, and you can, let's see, I think I have there's a Toastmaster in here. So let's say you have a local Toastmasters and you want to offer them, 30% off of a local membership for that chapter. You can do that. It'll have all the information. They can redeem it right here. They go to your website, put in that code, or they can go directly from here and you have a new customer. So that's what we're offering. You can have a year of a GrantSource premium membership. You're going to get a community offer. You're going to get a special event in all 5 markets. And you're going to get you're going to get up to 5 markets. Now, usually that's when you put all that together. Like I said, the GrantSource membership by itself is $100. It's $179 to have a community offer. It's another $200 for the special events for the year. And this is all annually. We're talking for a whole year. And lastly, we'll give you a premium business listing. So you'll be listed at the top of your market. And we're going to do that all for $50 if you have, 5 members or more. So we're talking almost a 70 to 80% discount off the GrantSource platform for all of that. We're a new platform. We're really trying to get in the market. You probably saw us at Startup Grind. We'll be at the International Fundraising Professional Symposium in their conference. We'll also be at Collision Conference. We'll also be at the Urban League Conference. So you'll see us. We're at Bloomberg. You'll see us all across the country. And I guarantee you, as we already have a couple thousand members. Once we cross the 10,000, 15, 20, 30, 100,000 member threshold, our prices will go up. And you will be price. Yeah, they're going up now, and you'll be price locked. So that's a little bit about our platform. You can always contact us. Our office is 832 416-1377, or you can contact us at partnerships@grantsourceapp.com. We can do a individual demo for your organization if you'd like, or if you'd like the bulk offer, if you do that before our next webinar, and like I said, we're gonna have that huge conference coming up in 2 weeks at the AFP, the prices will go up. So we thank you for your time. We thank you for your attention. If you need anything, just contact us. Hassan, did you want to add anything else before we leave?
No, it's just an amazing app. I think this is something that you have to at least take a look at. And as you said, that prices are going to go up as this continues to explode in the market. Getting a lot of buzz out there, and so this is someone who's been in the industry. This is definitely worth taking a look at.
Excellent. And remember, it's not about the money; it's all about the impact. Have a blessed day. Thank you.
Take care.